Hey, it's Menz here. I'm going to be going over 1.4.1, the common test server, here in this little video, and just a quick overview of what you're going to expect from this little patch that they're doing. There's some interesting stuff that they're bringing out, basically like new rewards and crew skins and basically something called blueprints. So with this test server, this is what you're going to expect to log into, and eventually if it makes it to the live server without any changes, it'll come out to the live server within a few weeks here. So there's a few things they added. First, random rewards, which let's bring this up here. You can find this on worldoftanks.com.eu, etc., and it's a basically news article that they posted. Random rewards are a new thing that they've added where you can earn them in tier 5 through tier 10 battles. You can earn consumables, credits, bonds, and some other stuff like the mentioned crew skins that I'll be getting to. More or less, the better you do, the more likely you're going to be able to earn them in a battle. However, say if in battle 1 you don't earn a reward, battle 2 then you'll have a higher chance to earn something from what this makes it out to be. You also have a probability indicator in your garage, and the way it seems like it goes is you get 4 smaller rewards, and then the 5th one is something larger, and then it resets, from my understanding, 4 smaller ones and 1 larger. It kind of goes that way. Now, moving on to blueprints, I'm going to pop into a battle 2 and see what happens and kind of play around with a couple of new things here fast. Blueprints. So from the looks of this, you've received them through random rewards. Like I just mentioned, tier 5 through 10 battles, just playing, you basically earn stuff in those. Each tank is made up of a blueprint, and basically each time you gain a blueprint for that tank, it decreases the purchase price of the tank for each blueprint, and if you get all of them, you can basically get it for free. Experience wise, you still have to buy it for credits. Basically if you gain everything for like the T1 10 E3, all the blueprints, you'll be able to unlock it for 0 experience, but you still have to buy it for credits. I do have a feeling though that you might have to do the tanks prior to it. Not exactly sure there, but I would assume like you can't just skip all the way down, to tier 10 and not have the tanks before unlocked. That's just what I'm assuming. Who knows how it actually works, because it just popped up here. More or less though, there's also stuff or blueprints called like national blueprints, where you can apply them to like any tank in a certain nation, and universal blueprints, you can apply them to any tank regardless of the nation. And it seems like if you have all the blueprints for one tank and then you keep getting blueprints for that tank, basically then you can apply them to other tanks probably in that nation, or maybe universal, stuff like that. So basically a nice little way to lower the experience grind for people that don't have a ton of tanks, newer players, so on and so forth. Moving on to crew skins here, which, without even logging in, you can kind of see a couple screen grabs that they post about this as well. Crew skins here, it's another new thing that you can get through random rewards. Basically, these are like unique skins. They mentioned some are like memes, some are funny, and others are like historical crews. The non-historical ones, pretty much you should be able to apply them to any crew member, and some down the road might have voiceovers, some may not, and more or less historical ones will be tied to like specific nations, maybe specific tanks, stuff like that, and possibly will have like unique voiceovers. These are pretty much just going to be showing in your garage and on your basically tank, more or less. Like you won't be able to see them, but you will be able to hear them if they have a unique voiceover. But more or less you earn these through random rewards. Maybe down the road, who knows, you might be able to buy them, but from what they said right now, just through random rewards, you can't buy them, can't exchange them for money, can't sell them, so on and so forth. They're just like an extra little perk to kind of gather. Other changes we see, they added applying paint to tier 7 tanks, more decal slots for tier 8 tanks, some UI improvements. Also rebalance a couple maps as far as like small little issues, and then talking about blueprints and crews here. Okay, so let's pop over to the game client here. And when you log in, it's going to have a little blurb like, you got a crew skin, blah, blah, blah. What you'll do is it point it to the MS1, to be honest. Just find a USSR tank, because it seems like you get one universal one and then 2 Russian ones. So crew skins here. There's a new tab. So if you click crew skin, you'll see historical. This one you can only apply it to female crew members for Russia, and also non-historical here, which is, you know, basically someone with a dice on their head. It kind of reminds me of some religious figure. But anyway, you can see there's no voiceover, but you can disable that even if it does have, you know, a voiceover. You can disable it if you don't want it, but you just want the special, you know, icon, and you just hit apply, and it pretty much just puts it over top of your crew member. You can remove them and, you know, pretty much apply them to people of your liking. If you like open up their personnel file, crew skin, go down here, so on and so forth. All right, so applying that to that person. I'm not even sure where I have like a Russian female crew member. I'm assuming that there's one here somewhere in a tier 10, but you never know with me. My crews are like every which way, so I might just pop one into. Yeah, we're completely lost there. All right, so we'll do this. Send barracks. Just for the sake of testing here. Recruit gunner. Or no. Crap. I'm failing here. Recruits. Here we go. USSR. We'll go a heavy tank. We'll stick with the IS-7 here. Just for practical sakes. I'm hoping I picked the right one. Gunner. And as far as this goes, and our new tank gunner, and applying a crew skill, now you can see it unlocks. This is apparently a, you know, historical, and again, doesn't have a voiceover. Eventually they said more are going to come with it, and pretty much you can apply it to this crew member. Otherwise, when it comes to blueprints, so I haven't played a battle yet. I'm going to pop into one here and see what happens. You'll see the tech tree has a new little overhaul here. So obviously I don't have any blueprints, as you can see up here, for pretty much any nations, but it will show you like if you have, you know, blueprints for this specific tank. But, you know, since I have all of the blueprints for, say, the M44 here, T92, I have all the American ones. So what it says is it'll be converted automatically into a universal or a national one. I'm assuming it won't convert it into a national one just because I have all American tanks unlocked. But it seems like a way for, you know, new players to get discounts, you know, shorten the grind. But also, you know, for veteran players, you know, basically it can really accelerate the grinds, it seems like, experience-wise. And it's just credits that you're grinding for the most part. Because I'm assuming, like, say like me, I have the Americans all unlocked. I have most of the French, pretty much most of the British, Czechoslovakian. If you get any through random rewards for these, you know, they're either going to be converted to national, but most likely universal, I'm guessing, if you have all unlocked. Then you're going to be able to apply them to the remaining tanks, which the fewer you have, you know, the more likely that you're going to be applying blueprints to them. So it's pretty nice. The grind for credits obviously is still there, but more or less, I'm assuming that you are still going to have to basically grind out whatever tank is before. I'm not exactly sure, but you know, we'll see. It's probably written somewhere and I just glanced over it and didn't even notice. All right, so they said there's a probability indicator in your garage telling you the likelihood of you getting something. So I don't see one here personally. Might be missing it. It's not behind my webcam. And yeah, let's pop into a battle here and see what happens. All right, so fast forwarding a little bit here, I played 2 fights. My first battle, IS-7, was pretty terrible. This is battle number 3 that just popped up in the garage too. IS-7 I did like 2 shots worth of damage. My team got steamrolled, and you know, I pretty much did pretty crappy, and we did not really do very well at all. Didn't earn anything. Second battle here, AMX 13105, not exactly a great match, but it was something. And like the World of Tanks article said, you know, if you don't gain, say, one of these like small little rewards in one battle, your chances go up the next battle, so on and so forth until you get one. But it keeps raising your chances, so you don't go like 20 battles without receiving one, you know, if that makes any sense. So I received one, a random reward here, got my first one here, and more or less, yeah, we're not even gonna click that. What it gave me was 10,000 experience, and you know, 2 manual fire extinguishers and 2 small medkits. It also doled out a Batchat 15558 blueprint, which is going into the tech tree here. I'm on the blue. You got to kind of click back and forth here, but going on to the blueprint here, you see I have 1 out of 12 for the blueprints here. I don't have any other ones, so it gives you a 7% discount for the research price just on experience. And say if it did it for the tier 9, it would just be for unlocking that tank, not the modules. So basically clicking on the blueprints, going forward here, you can make them from other basically fragments that you do have, whether it's like a national one with a little French flag or a universal one, but it does seem like you need a lot more of them to complete them if you're using them from, you know, the universal or just the national ones to get one. But more or less, one important thing is you're not able to research this tank, which is what I was kind of worried about, unless you have all the blueprints plus the tank before unlocked. So I was worried, like, it didn't go into full details unless I am really bad at reading, which is, honestly, it's pretty likely. You know, say if you unlock the Batchat 15558 here with all the blueprints, but you don't have the tier 9, tier 8, whatever, any of the SPGs researched, it, you know, wasn't exactly clear in my understanding if you could just buy this tank, you know, without the, you know, experience, but you buy it for the credits. But it's nice to know that you need to unlock things ahead of time, because it will stop, you know, some, say, like super new players from randomly getting lucky and just skipping all across the high tiers that they have no idea how to play. You know, you're gonna get accelerated as far as, you know, unlocking stuff, because the experience is gonna get easier to accrue. Credits, you know, is still a problem, but you know, at least it is nice that, you know, you just can't randomly pop around in different tiers and skip tanks and stuff like that. In any event, though, one last little thing. So how do you actually like see your progress on this? Which obviously, like in this WZ132 battle, I didn't do well, as you know, I didn't really do well in this battle. This was number 3. It was a win. However, I did not get a random reward here. So more or less, how do you check like your progress of them? You just go to the little gift notification center and you click on the random award thing, and it tells you like what step you're on. Albeit, you know, you don't even have to click that. It does just kind of show you here your progress. So in any event, you know, hopefully this turns out to be pretty fun. When it comes down to it, you know, you're going to get crew skills out of this, or not crew skills, excuse me there, crew skins out of this. Blueprints, you know, some credits, it looks like maybe bonds occasionally, you know, basically consumables, so on and so forth. It seems like a good idea. You know, it shortens the grind for experience, albeit, I always say it on my stream a lot, the main grind is basically credits. Always credits. You are always low on credits because you have to buy tanks with credits, you have to buy equipment, you have to buy ammo, you have to buy consumables. You gotta buy basically everything with credits. Experience, you know, you just unlock stuff and that's pretty much it, and then you don't have to worry about it anymore. But credits are always a problem. So, you know, credits, you know, you're not gonna have any shortened grind on that outside of like personal boosters, you know, special events, stuff like that. But, and you know, random rewards giving you some as well. However, you know, I think this is pretty nice. You know, this update's mainly centered around this new random reward thing with the crew skins and also blueprints, stuff like that. And, you know, hopefully people enjoy this. I don't know what they changed specifically on maps, but it seems like minor little fixes, possibly with like rocks, like the models not, collision models and visual models not showing up, or other things. But who knows? They might have snuck something big in there too. So anyway, thanks for watching this video. Hopefully it helped you out. If you don't want to pop onto the test server to try the random rewards thing, hopefully this helps you kind of understand them. Otherwise, though, I'm assuming this, since it's not like a huge update, it'll be up on the test server for maybe like a full week. They'll pull it down, and we might see this as fast as like 2 weeks if there's no bugs with this. Like if there's no problems with the maps, no problems with the random rewards, they might push this out pretty fast and get it out, very early March, possibly. Anyway, though, thanks again for watching. Have a very nice day. See you all around.